It's about quality, safety, and result. Operated under the International Cellular Medical Society, ICMS, AABB, and US FDA's Good Tissue Practice, CGTP guidelines. Board-certified physician specialists. Maximizing health potentials. It's all about quality of life.
Patricia, tell me what happened and how you were having life. What was life like before the stem cells?
It was a challenge, more of a challenge, certainly, than now. I was more limited in what I could do, even though I didn't think about it. This is in retrospect. You know, you stop doing, or you do differently, or you slow down gradually without giving any thought to the process until it's improved, and then you can look back and go, oh, I couldn't do this, or I couldn't do that. I walked with a quad anytime outside the house, anytime, or the rollator walker if we had to go someplace where everybody would be standing and I could not stand for any length of time. I would sit on my walker. Not so much in the house, but out of the house, because our house is geared for me.
Right.
We planned it for me, and it's perfect.
Got it.
I garden with a yard cart with a gardening needler and buckets of tools, so I don't have to make too many trips back to the
some comments to me earlier about pain, both before and then during, and then if you'd be so kind as to, again, tell me about the operations you've had so someone who doesn't know you could understand your circumstances.
My teens and 20s, I had a lot of pain. When I was 18, I had the first surgery on feet, where 8 toes were pinned, straightened and pinned, and the 5th toes were amputated because their condition was so bad. At about 28, I had the 2nd surgery where the toes were straightened again, and actually they transferred some muscles on the left ankle.
Oh.
And after 4 hours of surgery, they couldn't go to the right. They said, I do not do well with anesthesia. They just did the 1 foot. Anyway, then when I was about 40, after we were married, we had the orthopod put permanent screws in the great toes for stability, and that was wonderful until one of them shifted and was hitting a nerve, which made the toe jump all the time. And so then he had to go in and find that, which he had a hard time doing, finding that screw that had been in for lots of years. And he straightened a couple other toes. I think that's it for my feet. I've had the 2 knee prosthesis and the 2 hip prosthesis, and that, once I was past all of that recovery, pain level really went way down. I would say to 2 or 3 on your scale of 10.
Right. And you said you were in pain to 8 or 9?
8 or 9 for years. You have all the prosthesis, and the pain level is way down. And I was still walking with quad and rollator walker and all of that. Then when we went to Cancun, 3 days later, when we flew back into Nevada, we could tell a tremendous difference in my mobility. We parked in a parking garage, went across the skywalk to the hotel, And there were like 9 steps, and I just don't do steps. But I went up those steps with the quad and the railing without ever tripping over a toe, you know, hitting the front of the step, whatever that's called. The next morning we came down those without falling, which, I mean, this is big stuff.
Okay,
when you
got
have
it.
mobility trouble. I still don't. I avoid steps where, you know, whenever possible. It's just safer. I don't have to concentrate quite so hard on what my feet are doing.
Mm-hmm.
I still have to know what my feet are doing. You know, I can't bump toes into furniture or walls or anything without consequences. Either feeling like my legs are in an earthquake, you know, that just, you know, it gets real shaky, or falling.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know, I've had some really nasty falls in my life.
So the pain level, again, before treatment, did you use the treadmill?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, but it wasn't as fast and it wasn't as long.
Got it, got it. Okay.
But now you know, the days that are nice, the weather is nice, and we can get out for a walk early enough when it's cool. I don't get on the treadmill. If we can go, you know, go for a walk, or if I'm working in the yard for an hour and a half, I don't get on the treadmill. That's sufficient for.
Okay. And then you had said something in another email about walking on a farm trail, so...
Okay, now we have a 1/4 mile farm trail that, well, it's not a trail, it's a lane, you know, for vehicles, that Hank keeps quite smooth, quite free of weeds. I mean, really, it doesn't look like most farm lanes. And we walk on that, and then we can walk in the pasture another 1/4 mile, just going across the one end. And of course the pasture walk is much more difficult because every step is different. The first 1/4 mile, every step is somewhat the same. It's, you know, level, and but the pasture, yeah, I have to really watch where my feet are landing. The clumps of grass and the terrain, you know, it's not just laser leveled.
Right. Are you walking with a cane? Are
No.
So perhaps you can
Okay,
expand on that.
put your hand up here. That's my cane. Hang on to his thumb.
Okay.
And we don't even take the cane out with us. Nothing.
I'd like
Now.
to, no, it's a 1/4 mile, it's a 1/2 mile one way, so she's walking
A full mile by the
Wow.
time we get back to the house.
Oh, good point.
1/4 mile down to the pasture, 1/4 mile to the end of the pasture, back,
Then you have to come home.
back.
Yeah.
He won't come and get me.
Haven't got him trained yet.
I know, not
Okay.
quite.
Okay.
So that's, you know, that's a pretty good workout, and my legs are tired when I get back.
For more information, please visit www.worldstemcells.com or call us at 800-234-1693.